Mossy Oak presents Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. Scent Blocker, the advantage of intelligence. Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Cuddyback, designed in the USA with quarter-second trigger speed. And Tree Spider, the new world of tree stand safety.
We just flew all night from LA, got here, and by the time we got through security and biohazard control and everything else, we ran through these airports pushing these little buggies full of luggage to get here. And we had a little bit of time to spare, but I wasn't taking any chances of sitting here any longer. Oh, I've been traveling for 2 days. So on to the stags. Last year, Bob traveled to the South Pacific island of New Zealand to hunt at Shane Quinn's Alpine Hunting, the best big game hunting operation in the Southern Hemisphere. The hunting was so good for Bob last year that when I got my chance to go, I brought along some great friends that were dreaming of checking New Zealand off their bucket list. One of the first things I noticed when I got to Alpine is the people there were so nice. They greet you at the airport, help you with your gear, and drive you to the beautiful lodge.
You gonna drive, Larry? You gonna drive, yeah.
Now, the lodge at Alpine is located in the core of the hunting area. You're not gonna spend hours of your valuable time driving to the areas that you'll be hunting. As soon as we got unloaded, we got out and got us a little feel of what Alpine hunting was all about.
There's a boat set up down here in this draw that's kind of up this next little chute, and there'll be a lot of females that come out in this area in the evening, and there'll be a lot of deer that'll cross over the saddle where we are, so we're going to probably end up moving up a little bit higher.
Then it was time for dinner. You know, dinner is a big deal every night here at Alpine. Chef Damian Murphy never disappoints, and he whips up amazing blends of delicious feasts that are part gourmet meal and part stick-to-your-ribs comfort food.
And Bob and Leslie, welcome to Alpine Hunting, and congratulations to everyone that shot animals today. Trish and Branch and Slick and Hoyt, well done guys. You did awesome, and here's good luck for tomorrow. Good friends and good hunting. Cheers.
Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Matthews, catch us if you can. and Rage, leading the evolution in lethal technology.
When we got to Alpine, we knew that we would be dealing with the remnants of a hurricane.
Well, today's not going to be much of a day, but just got to grind through the day and make the most of it.
That first morning started off wet with thick clouds hanging low on the mountains. We had to wait for a break before we could even try to hunt. You know, it's just like hunting the mountains back home. If you can't see to hunt, you can't hunt. Anytime you hunt the mountains, anywhere in the world, you have to be ready for the worst and hope for the best when it comes to weather. The same thing can be said for your gear. Now, I gotta tell you, I was the envy of everyone who did not have a scent blocker Apex suit while I was in New Zealand. It's 100% wind and waterproof, lightweight, it's quiet and soft, and breathable. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a trash bag. Now, if you want all-round bad weather performance, and don't forget it has built-in scent control, Trinity technology, the Apex from Scent Blocker is the one for you. Joining me on this hunt was my longtime good hunting friend and outfitter, Joseph Graham. And with Joseph, we also had the pleasure of spending time with the men that stoked his love of hunting, his uncles Hoyt and Slick. Now, these guys have been hunting elk and guiding folks for longer than any of us have been hunting, and they taught Joseph everything he knows about hunting elk. Also with us were some good friends from Missouri, Matt and Danielle Ottinger. Now, Matt didn't waste any time getting his stag. As soon as the clouds lit up that morning, Matt put a rage through this beast. I started out hunting with Hoyt and Slick, and in between all the storms, we looked over a lot of stags. Like any hunter that travels this far, not all stags are the same. Hoyt and Slick both had in the back of their minds what kind of stag that they wanted to hang on their wall back in New Mexico. One thing about Alpine, if you keep hunting, you'll find what you're looking for. After several wet hunts, and I do mean wet, Scotty finally found Slick a stag that he was pretty interested in.
Yep, that's him coming down. He's coming down. He's coming down. He's going to stop maybe. He's coming running down. He's coming running right down. He's stopped. Yep. Are we ready, Josh? Okay. Just let him stop. Let him stop. Hang on. Wait. He's looking straight at the other one. Good shot. It was straight on the shoulder. His bum's going down. He's history. He's history. Good work.
Good job. That's a big one.
Yeah, there's a big one.
Yeah.
Good work.
You know, Slick in his lifetime has taken a lot of nice big game animals. But I want to tell you, he was awful excited to take this nice a stag.
Holy cow, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Isn't that a gorgeous thing?
That's what you come to Alpine hunting for right there.
Right there.
Look at that. Oh,
Awesome.
he's even bigger right here than look over. Look at that. Bladed, big old bladed on both sides.
Nice and dark. Beautiful white.
Look how long them brows are so. They actually, the brows look short when you looked at him because they're doubled all the way back.
Double back.
Like a full curl brow tine.
Yeah.
Hey, stick around, because after the break, I'm going to get a chance to hunt.
Scent Blocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Deer nutrition is all we do. and S4 gear, meeting the demands of nature and those who tame it.
Well, after Slick and a few of the other guys had gotten their first stag, it's finally my turn. I started out hunting with Shane Quinn's son, Liam, as my guide.
This is Larry Woodward, and you're watching Scent Blocker TV. He's pretty good. Sounds like him. Just like
Good eye. Good eye, Mike. Good eye.
You know, he suggested that we start out in a blind set up for bow hunting. Now, they had a cutty-back camera located very nearby, and it showed a good number of stags that were hitting this area during the night. I came to Alpine to hunt stags with a bow. And Shane and Liam told me that they had a technique that was awesome for a bow hunter, where you hunt out of a blind and they drag in the top of a pine tree out in front of your blind. I mean, you can call it baiting if you want or whatever, but this pine tree draws in the male animals of several different species. And Shane said that we would get unbelievable footage. Well, that was an understatement. These things come in there, not only do they want to eat this pine tree, but at first, everything wants to rub it. And the other thing is that they wanted to establish dominance over it. And there was this one stag, we called him the bully, that right off the bat at daylight my first morning, he come in and took this tree over for himself. There were some other stags, which was in the gold level, which what I was hunting for, that wanted to come in there and get them some of this tree. But this bully, who was a great big mature stag, but rack-wise they called him in the silver level, he must have been a bad son of a gun, because all he had to do was just arch his neck, flare his hair, and put his ears back, and everybody stayed off. And that first morning, he pretty much ran off everything that I might have shot at. You know, it was very frustrating, but finally the bully chases a stag off to the right and a shooter steps up there to the tree. I got him ranged, I go to full draw, and here he comes back. Okay. Well, he moves the stag off, and now he's at, I don't know, 45, 50 yards. But you know, I just started hunting. I've got several days, and I just didn't want to take a shot that far. You know, I can make that shot, but why do that when I know that if we just put in our time, we're going to get a shot that, you know, will be a no-brainer and get this thing done.
Oh, we had a good morning. We saw lots of really good deer. We just didn't get the right opportunity.
Yeah.
We need to make it right.
Yeah.
Get you a nice stag.
Yeah, you know, I went to draw on that one, and every time I got set in on him, he'd take a step, or the other stag, the bully, would step in the frame, and I didn't want to rush it. There's no sense in, you know, making a mistake on a moving animal there. So I can't wait to be back in this blind this afternoon. So stay with us.
Scent Blocker Most Wanted has been brought to you by IQ. Center the dot for the perfect shot. Block Vault. Get locked in. And Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Premier Farm Realty Group. Own a slice of America's heartland. Nocturnal Lighted Knocks. Switch on accuracy. Cuddyback, designed in the USA with quarter-second trigger speed. And Gilbert's Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of Scent Blocker Most Wanted.
Well, right after lunch, we decided to get back out there. And I got to tell you, from a bow hunter's perspective, I was jacked up. I mean, the action that we had that morning, I had to have more of that. Once again, this blind did not disappoint all afternoon long. It's just stagged in and out. And I gotta tell you, some of these stags that came in were way bigger than I could shoot. What I mean by that, the stags at Alpine are set up on a tier system. They start out with, like a lot of ranches in the States with cull stags that are a certain amount. And then they have gold, silver, bronze, and high gold and all that. And the prices are established really on how big these stags are. I mean, the bigger stag you want, the more it's gonna cost you, of course. And as luck would have it, there were several stags that come in. I'm like, Shane, can I shoot that one? He's like, no, you can't shoot that one. Because I can't shoot that. But there was this one big stag that come in there that Bully didn't want nothing to do with him. And he came in and just started demolishing this tree. Then they met heads. They fought over this tree. It don't matter if I'm hunting whitetails, mule deer, elk, caribou, a big wide rack is always what gets to my inner being, And when I seen this stag and Shane said, yeah, you can shoot him, I'm like, this thing was like wide as a house, and my heart was just pounding like crazy. As soon as that rage hit that thing in the ribs, I seen the blood come out with my own eyes. And as he staggered off, and disappeared, there was no doubt he wasn't going to go far. And I couldn't wait to go get my hands on my first ever red stag. All right. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's awesome, man. Look at how wide it is. Huge frame.
From out here to here, I've never killed a bull elk this wide.
Has to be a good 35, 40 inches.
1, 2,
But I mean, look at these.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 11 by 12, I think, but who cares? But look at this. Split G3s on both sides.
It's got an extra point up the beam.
I tell you, for those of you at home that, you know, like I started out on squirrels and rabbits, white-tailed deer. My dad used to go every year to Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, and I wasn't old enough to go, and I'd run around at home shooting groundhogs and stuff, acting like they were big game. And I've been able to do some things, you know, in North America, and I can remember my first of several species, and then I can remember my first biggest of a deer, elk, a bear, or something. But this is another one of those moments that rekindles my youth, let's say. And I can't thank you and your dad enough.
No worries.
And you know, if you guys got any dreams that you want to someday fulfill in the South Pacific for these kind of animals, you got to get a hold of Shane and Nikki. And I'm speechless. We'll see you somewhere next week with more Scent Blockers Most Wanted.